What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Now, first of all, let me say this. If you were watching this game in the first half, you would have thought that the Buffalo curse continued. Uh, Donovan Mitchell was on his way to a 45 or past 50-point game on the road, and that the Clippers are going to blow it in game seven and blow a 3-2 lead, and everybody's going to shit on them again, like they did last year. Another blown lead, another blown series lead, another year where they suffer a ill-fated injury, another cursed end on a potential playoff run. But things went differently this time. They didn't panic. What they did was, and this time you got to shout out Tyronn Lue. They made adjustments. By the Clippers going small as they did in this game, it exploited a weakness that became a lot more apparent as the game went on. And that is Rudy Gobert's struggle with rotational defense when it pertains to the other team being small. When he's one of these guys where, you know, if it's a standard game and he's going up against a regular, big guy like himself, he can be good. He can be very good. But he doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the lateral quickness to be effective when it comes to playing against the small ball. And that was exploited. And because he was so slow on rotational defense, it was always a guy that was open for the Clippers. It was so embarrassingly so. That's why the Clippers always had some guy wide open. And for the most part, it was Terrence Mann. But it got so ridiculous at the end of the game that you had Patrick Beverley get into a rhythm and knocking him down. You had Patrick Beverley looking like Craig Hodges did. And, it led to a 131-119 victory. I'm telling you, the optics of it, man, it really made Rudy Gobert look weak. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve or didn't deserve his three Defensive Player of the Year awards, but you have to think that even as big and awkward as he could appear at times, Mark Eaton, you had to think that he would have sent at least some of those shots into Mars. Um, Man, it just looked, it was embarrassing seeing guys like Terrence Mann and Paul George and others attempt to dunk on his ass, just scoring him at will because he was so slow and, coming over and trying to protect the rim. But shout out to Terrence Mann, though. Terrence Mann had the best game of his career at the right time. I mean, just the best possible game he could have picked to go off for nearly 40 points. He had 39 points. And let me say this about Donovan Mitchell. He's a great player, but this proves once again how high either Stephen A is or how stupid he really is. And he doesn't know a goddamn thing about basketball. Now, I'm going to piggyback off something that Ticket TV said. Now, this is Ticket, all right? Because I'm tired of people, and I'm saying it on ESPN. When someone makes a point, and they're the first one that I hear it, I make sure that I give them credit. I'm tired of ESPN taking some things that we say in our videos and repeating it verbatim. They do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why all of the LDBC, for the most part, have been shadow banned, and they've been trying to keep us in a box to protect our audience. Because as I said before the whole system was rigged here on YouTube, we used to we used to be competitive with these guys. We used to have videos with hundreds of thousands of views, and sometimes we would out uh, do them when it came to total views until they went and cried to the YouTube, hierarchy, and they fixed the algorithm so that you automatically have to see them now. You know what I'm saying? When you Google something, our videos don't pop up on the first page, at least not at the top. It's ESPN and Fox Sports and those guys, you know. But anyway, Ticket was the first one that I saw point this out, and that is that Donovan Mitchell is a great player, but he's far from the greatest jazz player. Donovan does not make the players around him better. Okay, his first instinct, for the most part, is to score the basketball. There were several instances late in the fourth quarter where I thought Utah could have. I'm not saying they would have won the game, but they could have gotten back into the game if Donovan was playing more team ball. His instinct is to score. And I have to be honest with you, uh, I don't like some of the changes in him um, during this postseason. And that is, look, I agree with Shaq that he needed to be more aggressive offensively. I agree with that. But there's a fine line between being more selfish and being too selfish. Okay, just mindlessly jacking up shots when you have a Jordan Clarkson wide open in the corner, or you have, this other guy in the corner, and they're just standing there and you're just shooting over double teams. That's bad basketball, and you're a bad teammate. I saw him do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things he's going to have to adjust to. It's nice to see your name up there with the scoring leaders with Jordan and Iverson and West and Durant and LeBron, but they all did it because they were every one of those guys were very efficient scorers, and for the most part, they did it within the team concept, not yakking up 40 shots or 35 shots. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It looks nice, and it was excusable when you did it last year against Denver because you were very efficient in those games, and you didn't have Michael Conley. But you got Michael Conley, you're still yakking up all these fucking shots. I hate that shit. It's like Donovan Mitchell is starting to transition to being like James Harden with the Rockets, and that's not the way to go. You're not going to win playing like that. Don't let Stephen A. Smith stupid fucking uh, Cobra Commander face place helmet ass uh, boost you up and make you become something that you're not. Okay? You weren't playing like that before. You were a 24, 25, 26 points per game guy. But anyway, shout out to the Clippers, man. And matter of fact, let me go individually. Let's see. Let's go individually to the Clippers because it was a lot of guys that got involved, man. So Terrence Mann had a career high 39 points. Uh, Morris only had 7, but it didn't really fucking matter. Nicholas Batum had 16 points and 7. Paul George had 28 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Reggie Jackson, who I forgot to even mention, Reggie Jackson had a great game, 27 points and 10 assists. Patrick Beverley, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, and they all just caught fire at the end of that game. 81 points in the second half. Unfucking believable. Donovan Mitchell had 39 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. But, I think the pressure really got to Donovan Mitchell at the end of that game. I don't know if it was pressure or fatigue, but it was, uncharacteristically, you know, uh, yakking up bad shots and missing free throws. I don't know. But Mike Conley in 26 minutes of play only had 5 points. Clarkson had 21. Gobert 21 and 10. Bogdanovich 14. O'Neal 21. But you know, I think they toward the end of the game, I thought Utah their offense just became kind of too predictable.